PTG, Proxy Table Gaming, Hyper G, Lucky Sixes.
Hello. That's my best vampire. I suppose it's Russian, right? Mother Russia is vampire.
Yes, okay, I'm glad you
Count,
clarified it was
Count
a vampire.
Dracula. One. This is round one.
Yeah, oh, you're launching into content. Right, okay.
Yeah, let's go.
I thought you were just random being... Oh, no, right, fair enough.
Everything I do has a reason.
I don't believe that for a second. So, yeah, you've kind of teased. We're doing a new tournament, aren't we? A team tournament.
Yeah.
We haven't ever recorded battles from a team tournament.
We haven't. This is our second online team tournament.
Yeah.
We would really like to go to a real life one, but
yes,
hey, not right now.
No,
but yes,
no.
So yeah, looking at it, it's we share a spot. We should say.
We do, yes.
So we are one spot within a team. We have the PTG spot. And we're doing
the team is not coming last, isn't it? That's the name and the aim, so they say.
Absolutely. All noobs in the team tournament world, and we are also not tailoring our lists for team tournament. We're just playing fun lists.
Yeah, so, no, we're just choosing our lists individually. We're not like literally picking one shooting list, one combat list, etc. We've literally just picked 4 lists, haven't we?
Yeah.
So the other team members, Tony Hale is our captain, team captain extraordinaire, getting the matchups that we want, we hope.
That we think we want.
Yeah, exactly. Team deputy, I guess, is Paul of the Godbold, who basically just says everything's a green matchup, always.
Yeah.
Because he always thinks he can win, and why wouldn't he? Because he does. Well, sometimes.
Super cojones.
Absolutely, everything's a green matchup. Paul Godbold, that's his new name.
Yeah.
And joined by somebody who wasn't in our previous team tournament with us, but decided to join us, is Josh Burns, who very welcome into the fold.
Yeah, we don't know how we got him.
No, I don't know how we got him. I think Tony must have opened the checkbook.
Yeah, we're very happy. We got a star player in the
absolutely.
In the hood.
Yeah, he's a ringer, isn't he? He's come in with his Sylvan Elves. So. Yeah, I mean, Tony was playing... Oh, God, I can't remember what he was.
I want to say Demons, wasn't he?
Yeah, probably Demons, yeah. Paul was still Saurian Ancients. And Josh Sylvan Elves. So, yeah. And we are playing, we should say, not Ogres, even though Ogres is on the left-hand side. We're not playing Ogres.
No, not Ogres. We're playing against Ogres.
Playing against Ogres. We're controlling Vampire Covenant.
We are.
Which we kind of both decided we were going to go Vampires, because Vampires is one of your armies.
It was either going to be Vampires or Orcs, right?
Yeah, because Vampires is your army, and I love the idea of Vampires, whereas Orcs is my army, and you love the idea of Orcs.
Yeah.
So it was one or the other, and we went with Vampires. We also both came up with a list, or rather, you had your
I have a list,
latest version of your list. And I made a list as well, just for funsies. And I think we did a random D167 roll or something like that to say whoever got highest used their list. And for the first time ever, I beat you on a straight roll off.
Well, it's because it wasn't a 6. I top out.
That's why I chose it.
I think.
You probably rolled a 6 actually.
Yeah, I might have, yeah.
On that D167 or whatever it was. And so it means we're not using the tried and tested Lucky Sixes vampire list. Oh no.
Which was cool, really.
Yeah.
So we got to try something out new and have some fun with.
Yeah.
But it wasn't too far off at the same time.
No, there's still bits of it that recognise, absolutely. And you'll see that list in Uno Memento. Our first opponent drawn up against is Ogres. I think this one we listed as an orange matchup, I think, going into it, an amber one, so could go either way.
I'll look while you talk.
Okay. I was just guessing, but you know. And I'll say who it's against in a minute, but we'll talk about the deployment. It's very much like a normal tournament, i.e. you get your in-circle deployment and you get your secondary objective given to you for the round and your map, obviously. We're back to 4,500 points, I should say, because obviously the previous Scottish Championships was 5,000. So back to the normal points values. And unless you found it, because you don't look like you have.
Let's go to the list, shall we?
Go to the list. Yes, let's do it.
Great idea.
So this is the list that I've come up with. So all the blame is on me for what happens in the subsequent tournament. And I'll tell you what, vampires, you can get so many upgrades that flipping you can't even include it easily on the screen. Even using the new recruit screenshot, basically. But it is kind of squished up a little bit. Hopefully you can make it out.
Yeah, it's good.
It's probably better than my previous efforts where I'd use a font that matched the background.
I know it's lovely green font.
I know, at least this way I can blame the recruit for it. Yeah. We've got 2 vampire courtiers, so no vampire lords. But somehow I've managed to make a vampire courtier still cost 705 points.
Yes. But he's on the Court of the Damned, which is the big
Court of the Damned.
So that was one of the big things we wanted to include, right?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of bounces off of Gobbo's list, really, because he was using 3 Courts of the Damned, and I really like them. And also Matty Champion's using Court of the Damned, which has been very good in the 3 battles that we've had against him.
Yeah.
So the idea of having a vampire courtier, I think Ryan Gobbo uses a vampire lord on a Court of the Damned.
Sure.
But I've slightly downgraded it a bit because I think Ryan's comes in at over 1,000 points. I didn't really want that necessarily. Yeah. But the one on the Court of the Damned is actually just the BSB. He's not actually the general. It's a bit of a target if you're making the general as well. But he has got plate armor, basalt infusion for those nasty flaming range stuff, and a 5-up Aegis save as well. The other vampire courtier is kind of a bit of goes back to your single guys, but again, he's not a lord.
He's a wannabe.
He's a wannabe, yeah, exactly. And he's riding around on a skeletal steed with 1-up armor save, I think it is. Yeah, but no Aegis, so he's a little bit vulnerable. But the general.
Go on. I was going to say he helps out the 2 Vampire Knights units.
Yes, exactly.
Basically, which was one of the things you got in straight away. So
I basically chose the maximum you could have in that category just on Vampire Knights. The 1 unit of 6, 1 unit of 5. I think you can have 2 units of 6, but you can't have full command and good magic banners if you take 6 and 6. And basically, the Vampire Courtier on the steed goes in the unit of 5 most of the time. He has been known to dabble.
Yes, that's a good go around.
And then basically, once you've got your core and those 3 characters and the Vampire Knights, you actually haven't got a lot of points left. The core is kind of a bit of a standard one. It's kind of what you have, isn't it, in your list?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
There or thereabouts.
Yeah. Very similar. And then, literally just...
Points for a Dark Coach. Why wouldn't you? Yeah. So, did you work out whether this was an orange?
It is an orange against
anticlimax.
I mean, how do you say Aliosa?
Aliosa.
He is a part of 2 Eyes in Hindsight.
Oh, nice.
Because the tournament was no eye in team.
Yes.
So that's
clever.
Play on that. Banter. So we put they had ogres, which is this one, dread elves, sylvan elves, and orcs, and we put orcs as we beat them, whatever.
Easy, some chump playing them.
Dread elves as dread elves,
as Tony would call them.
Yeah. Oh, it was a chump, old Jordan.
Him, yeah, definitely chump.
Dread elves was our red, and then the other 2 were orange. So managed to get an orange, which is cool.
Okay. That's all right. So Aliosa, I'm going to say Aliosa. I don't know if that's right or not. Aliosa?
What did you call him during the game?
I didn't. I actually made a point of calling him by
dude.
Name. Yeah, you exactly. Which is really arrogant of me. I haven't exactly got a common English name, have I?
Man. Yes.
Not like I'm called Tom or something.
Yeah.
Something boring like that. Anyway. I'm feisty mood today.
Yeah.
Ogres. Ogres. So a shaman. With
Liger's
shamanism.
tongue, shaman.
Liger's tongue. Watch out, vampire knights and ghouls, because you're not getting your 2 attacks. Then the Khan, Horde Master, BSB, with every weapon under the sun, and Swift Stride on a banner.
Yep.
So wherever he goes, his unit goes quickly. The 9 Bruiser block. Everyone loves a Death Star. So there's that. 2 darts of Tribesmen, which, funnily enough, are not going to be used as darts, as you'll see in a minute. That's mainly possibly because they've got Iron Fists, so they've paid a bit more to get more attacks in. But yeah, you got your big brick of Mercenary Veterans with Devastating Charge and Plate Armor. Solid. I mean, that unit is just
so good.
Horrible. So good, yeah. A Saber-Tooth Tiger, a Thunder Cannon, 2 units of 4 Bombardiers, and a Scrap Bolt. So there's a bit of a shooting thing going on there. I've criticised Bombardiers quite a lot, and having played Art of War 3 with 2 Scrap Bolts that grossly underperformed. Although this shooting is a bit scary, I'm not as scared of it as I should be.
Sure.
Because I've played with similar and not done it for me.
Yeah, man.
And then he's got a Frost Mammoth, which will basically help the Merc Vets to attack first, really. Okay, so going into it wasn't orange, but having... I played this one, I should say. I played the first one.
Yes.
Due to availability, etc. And so, having recently played against Paul McNeil's Ogres in the Scottish Championship, I didn't feel too bad about this game, even though I was using vampires and I haven't really got much experience with them. I still felt okay because it's quite a similar list to the one that I managed to get a win against. So the aim really is to stay away from the Merc Vets.
Yeah.
Simply put.
Yeah, get everything else was basically the game plan.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it's in circle, and so you've got your big flank for him. He gets first turn. Can't exactly remember how it comes about, but I think actually I may even have dropped for second because someone told me that vampires want second turn.
Vampires do want second turn. It's very ironic I say that to you.
Well, yeah, exactly, yeah. Especially with secure target as well, because it's good to just move into that zone on the last turn of the game. And the secure targets, so we've got one. The one that I chose is 12 inches away from the zombies on the left. The one that he chose is right in the water, very near the Vampire Knights on the right-hand side, which is quite a lot further away than they have to be, than his 2 scoring units up there. So that was intriguing. But, yeah, all is good. So if I did drop for second, I basically had a unit of Vampire Knights on each side. I kind of got my... the Vampire Knights, the 6 of them, have the Striding Banner. So they're thinking, get up to those ruins, bash through those units.
That's on the left, yeah.
On the left, sorry, I mean on the left, yeah. And smash through the ruins without having to worry about dangerous terrain. What I possibly should have done, though, is actually put the vampire in there as well, because I've got that unit of zombies over there. And they can't grow back. They're literally just 22 zombies.
Yeah.
They're way out of the range of any of my casters. And as everyone knows, 22 zombies isn't going to do much. You know, if you can increase them to 40-odd zombies, then maybe they've got a chance of lasting 1 turn.
Yeah.
But 22 zombies without magic support is not going to do a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
So the hope is the Vampire Knights just smash through. In the middle, I've got everything that isn't a Vampire Knight, really, with the Dark Coach zoning, as usual. He's got a bit of a mirror deployment, really. He's got his Bombardiers and his Tribesmen on each flank. Both scoring units, so they're potentially his grabbing objectives if they can survive the Knights. And then he's just got his 2 big Bruiser Merc-Vet blocks in the middle with a Frost Mammoth between them. The Scrap Bolt is on the back, the Thunder Cannon on the left of the 2. And yeah, we'll see how we go, really. But it's his first turn, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes with it. And doesn't really move a lot at all. So he's in no rush.
Literally
at all.
Just a little tiny bit on the left and the Saber-Tooth behind the hill.
Yeah, exactly. He has got the range on me, so there's no reason why he should run at me, really. So yeah, just moves like that. He gets Break the Spirit off on this big unit of Vampire Knights to make them, if they charge or march, they'll have to take DTs.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But as he didn't move forward, you're like, that's pretty happy.
Yeah, there wasn't really very easy charges to make anyway, so I didn't have to worry about that too much. The Bombardiers shoot and get 1 wound on a Vampire Knight on this side. I think it's AP. Is it AP2?
Yeah, I think it is because it's you got 1 up armor, haven't you? So
yeah, so
it goes to 3.
It can hurt, but I'm not too fussed about it. 3 up is still fairly decent, providing you don't have a nightmare on your rolls. My movement, I didn't march the ones on the right. I just moved them forward into the water, and I've moved the Dark Coach up as well because the Merc Vets can't see over the hill. So that side, I'm fairly clear. And while Break the Spirit's on, I didn't want to take any DTs, even though I've got the Vampire who has got a rise. I didn't need to lose any in the water at this stage.
Absolutely
I wasn't going to be. There's that. On the left, I also moved forward with those Vampire Knights. Didn't want to get too close to draw out his Bruiser block, but I definitely wanted to be in charge range. So,
yeah.
And the zombies are very much going to be following behind, hoping to.
You just figure you can take them if they charge.
What's that? The tribesmen?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, totally can. Well, they're only strength 4. AP1, so it'd be 2 up armor. So.
And they're in that formation as well, so you've got all your attacks going.
Exactly, yeah. I would have all my attacks, yeah.
Probably first as well.
12, 13 attacks. The attacking first, yeah, absolutely. A couple of impact hits, obviously, but they'd still only be AP1. And I left my centre very much as it is. Now, obviously, if he runs forward with everything in the middle while I'm dealing with these flanks, then it's a case of making my ghoul block survive and sacrificing everything in the middle.
Yeah.
But we'll see what he does. This is what he does. Intriguingly, he moved his tribesmen on the left forward quite far. They didn't charge me. They just moved to there. I didn't really...
Not even on the objective?
No, it's a secure target, so it's not a spoil. So he doesn't actually need to be there yet at all. Maybe he was just trying to slow my Vampire Knights up a bit.
It's a bit of speed, I guess.
So, I mean, obviously they're going to charge and take out the tribesmen because that's 1 unit gone. He has moved his bruisers, though, to kind of face that flank. So there is that. And they are movement 7 bruisers. So, they can go a little way if they want to.
Yeah.
Indeed, in the middle, he's moved his Merc Vets forward onto the hill. They do not have line of sight on the right flank, though, to the Dark Coach and the Vampire Knights. So he's very much leaving his right flank behind. And the Sabertusk moving there, it kind of chaffs my Dark Coach, but at the same time, there's no counter. And with my Knights, I can now also charge on the right flank to his tribesmen and just kill them off. And so I'm not too unhappy about this situation.
And behind us is some Bombardiers, but otherwise pretty pretty nice going. So at this point, you eyes widened, do they?
I'm quite happy with this. On my flanks are looking strong. The middle is a concern. I'm not sure I can deal with that Merc unit.
Yeah.
But I think I can definitely get points and scoring units gone from the flanks. So yeah, happy enough. I should say, unfortunately for my opponent, the Thunder Cannon misfired pretty early on. So there were no cannonballs coming out.
Oh, and no more. Oh, okay.
No. So it is moving forward, trying to be a chariot. But
Gutted son.
Yeah. He puts Savage Fury on his Merc Vets, just in case I feel like charging him. I don't. So they've got battle focus and all that sort of stuff. But yeah.
What were you going to charge him with? The zombies?
It's a very long charge for the ghouls, put it that way. But yeah.
Did you stop everything else? And was that like last? He just went. Oh,
yeah, so I stopped Break the Spirit. I stopped Break the Spirit on my Vampire Knights on the right, basically. Or maybe it was the ones on the left. I don't know. But either way, I wanted my Vampire Knights charging without taking DTs. So yeah, there's that. I take all 3 charges because why wouldn't I?
Yeah,
really,
absolutely.
No
counter charges really. There's a long counter charge with the bruisers, maybe.
Bruisers, yeah. But I'm planning on blasting through them. Really.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, so I make it all in, and also I managed to maneuver the Dark Coach so that he can actually overrun into the tribesman,
Flanky,
which is even
flanky.
better. Make double sure that I'm getting through that tribesman block.
Yeah, man.
On the right.
Yeah.
And I moved the middle to basically get ready to hold up his merc vets. I've got both my bat units as unit zombies. Ready to get in the way, really.
Sweet.
And this helps a lot. I managed to get Touch of the Reaper off on the Frost Mammoth to start chipping away the wounds.
A couple of wounds.
Yeah. So that's a bonus. He dispels Dead Arise, the pound spell to get a unit of zombies off.
Sure.
So I was basically thinking
that's the one that raises it a new unit, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking the more chaff I have in the middle, the longer I can keep his Mobats away, really.
Yeah.
This was frustrating, though. I kill 2 of the tribesmen and do 1 wound to the other tribesman.
What are the averages of that? 13 attacks, hitting on 3s. Are they parry?
No, it's more than 13. It's 19. It's 19 attacks.
It would be parry, though, wouldn't it?
He had parry, so I was hitting on 4s. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 2s. Killing on 2s, yeah.
Yeah, see, 9 bad averages, and then 7 wounds you should do. Right.
But the issue is, he only fled like 6 or 7 inches, and I overran 2 on the overrun. So I go 4 inches forward, don't catch him, and I am still in line of sight of that bruiser block, who have movement 7. They only need a 9 to charge the flank of my knights.
Swift Stride?
So, no, they don't have Swift Stride.
Oh, I think it's just the Mervics.
Yeah, the Mervets have Swift Stride. The combat on the right goes the way you'd expect it to. Mm-hmm. So I move my Dark Coach to zone threaten the middle again, while my knights carry on to deal with the bombardiers.
Yeah.
I need to bear in mind that I need to get a scoring unit back for the water in order to win it. But I'm planning, this is only my turn 2, I think. So I'm planning on killing the bombardiers and then getting back for the water. Unless I want to use the vampire knights for something else, of course. There's that. He declares discharge. Absolutely. I mean, it was like it was a 9, maybe more. I think it looks about 9. I seem to remember a 9. Without Swift Stride, but it's a hell of an opportunity for him. So there isn't much reason not to declare it.
Drum roll, please. Oh no.
Not yet. He also declares discharge, which is a really long one, but I guess this was his best chance before I get a chance to chap him up.
Sure. Yeah, because you're not going to charge.
He had a reroll. So. No, he had a reroll from being on the hill as well. He gets the bruises in. Damn it! That's so bad for me.
That's gonna hurt, bad. Bro.
And that changes that entire left flank, because I was very confident that those knights could deal with the tribesmen, charge the bombardiers, take out the cannon, keep the bruisers busy one way or another. But this way, his bruisers are just destroying my knights. And those zombies are useless on their own, as we already know. Especially as once the knights are gone, that objective is no longer mine. And with that tribesman even surviving as well, he gets that objective so easy.
But that's, bad overrun, right?
Yeah, 2-2 on the overrun. Shame, really. I mean, I guess in hindsight, I could have said, let the tribesman go and pivot.
Yeah, if you'd pivot, you would have been another 2 inches maybe, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I only actually needed to roll a 5 on the overrun to get out of the bruiser's line of sight.
Yeah.
So even if I hadn't run them down, but I'd rolled a 5,
sure,
I would have been out of their line of sight.
Yeah.
He doesn't make the charge in the middle, though. Thank Christ. So there's not that. I got time to deal with that situation. And he just moves up a few things, really. Not a lot else going on there. Just keeps his line going. He rallies the single tribesman, unfortunately. So, yeah, that is not great on that flank.
Is the BSB in the Merkvets?
Yes, he is. Yeah, which is giving them Swift Stride. Because they've got the banner of the Gyenget. They reroll 1s and 2s. 1s to hit, to wound, etc. on themselves. he gets a boosted totemic summon through, and I was gutted by this because it really slows down my plans on the right flank as well.
Yep.
I can't remember whether I was trying to dispel something else or whether he just forced it through. But either way, I probably could have avoided that being impossible if I'd have pivoted a bit better. Like if I had pivoted to face the middle, then maybe he wouldn't have been able to get far enough in.
Sure.
But, there's that. Shooting in turn 3, he takes a couple of... the bats are normal. I think he does a wound on... He does the... Something targets my Court of the Damned.
Amber Spear.
Huh?
Ogre Crossbow. It's not called... hasn't been called Amber Spear for a long time, is it?
No, it hasn't. Spear of... No, I can't remember what it's called now. No, that's a different lore anyway.
Oh, that's alchemy.
That's alchemy, so
yeah,
it doesn't matter that we can't remember what that's called.
There did used to be one, I think, but not anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. It takes a win on my Court of the Damned. But really, I'm not bothered about that. Couldn't really get the Court of the Damned on its own, though.
It would take one. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and it won't matter because I'll be able to regrow that back.
Yeah.
So unless you're killing that Court of the Damned in one go, you're probably not killing it. So... combat-wise, yeah. Ouch. I mean, by a miracle, I actually survived with 1 wound left on a knight.
Yeah, probably the Crumble does a decent amount.
Yeah,
of wounds, but you're toasted.
It really doesn't change anything because he'll get to reform in my turn rather than his turn, so he'll still be able to move on his next turn.
You're toast, bro.
Yep, and that's a lot of points. That is 700 odd points just from that unit.
Yeah, man.
So a real turnaround on that flank. Disappointing. In movement, I charged the Totemic Summon because I'm annoyed at it. I did think about just charging the Vampire on his own into the Bombardiers. But I didn't know how quickly he was going to be able to get through the Bombardiers on his own. He's only got 3 attacks. And he would have been steadfast a while on Discipline 7, maybe 6, but still. Yeah, I decided to just get rid of the Totemic Summon and see where I was after that. I moved the Dark Coach onto the hill right behind the Merc-Vets to make it look like I might charge them. And I also start my chaffing game and get a unit of bats as far forward as they can to stop the Merc-Vets. I don't think the BSB comes in on his own. And if he does...
He adds too much with the banner, doesn't he? He has the banner of Zagoraks or something. Zagorets or something.
Banner of the Great Grass Sky.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, nothing like what you said. They have the banner of the Glanket, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I put Whispers of the Veil on the Frost Mammoth. That is just to try and get dice out of him so that I can do Touch of the Reaper. He doesn't fall for it, so I only get Whispers of the Veil on, which isn't really all that effective on its own, really.
It's -1 res and discipline.
Yeah. Doesn't really do a lot on its own.
Sure.
But I do arise or grow back all of the ghouls that have died so far and the wound on the Court of the Damned.
A few more zombies.
I grow some zombies as well for their inevitable doom later on. Kill the Totemic Summon, and I decide to give up on the Bombardiers because he can just Totemic Summon over and over again. And the issue with the situation is I'm likely going to need to dispel his other spells. And he can just keep on doing Totemic Summon, and I won't be able to get to his Bombardiers ever. So I decide, instead of wasting the Vampire Knights on that pursuit, I'll turn them around and make them a threat to his Merc-Vets.
Sure.
Because if I actually have ghouls in the front, Dark Coach in the rear, and Vampire Knights in the flank, that may actually be able to do some hurt on the Merc-Vets. So,
yeah,
you'd hope so.
Yeah, I don't know. I still don't know how much.
Have, so, yeah, exactly. That Merc-Vets is brutal. He decides to turn around with his Merc-Vets in the middle. He's given up on my middle, which is awesome for me because I was under a bit of pressure there. And he moves his Frost Mammoth to be chaff to the ghouls. I think that's great because I know the ghouls can deal with him because of my poison and everything.
He's got 2 wounds already on him, so
yeah. Plus my vampires in there, he can do a bit of damage. So he's very much taken the pressure off me in the middle. On the counter side of that, he has got his bruisers coming back towards the middle. So I've got to bear that in mind. But this is his turn 4, so he's only got 2 turns after this.
He's charged his ogre in on his own.
He charged a single ogre with only 2 wounds into the zombies. And I'm thinking the zombies have got a chance there. Because I've got 8 attacks. He's got an impact hit, first of all, but I'm just crumbling. I'm not running away. Just need to pip 2 wounds.
2 wounds, right? I he's only got 5 up save, hasn't he? So
only got 5 up armor.
Probably hit on 5s, wound on 5s with 8. Yeah, let's do it.
It's possible, isn't it?
Hey.
Possible.
That's why dice are involved.
Yeah, and of course, if I kill that tribesman single ogre, he only has his bombardiers over there. Well, they could, or they could just get the objective, or force his bombardiers over.
Yeah.
Or even force his bruisers to come back. He'd go with the bombardiers, obviously. But yeah, so I think that's risky. I think
happy days.
Gives me a chance of actually killing the tribesman. I'm not really sure what he did with his magic. Oh no, I am. He got a totemic summon right behind my line.
Oh yeah.
Not the boosted one, because he's obviously realised that I'm not going for his bombardiers on the right anymore, so he doesn't need it over there. But really, a totemic summon in the rear doesn't hurt that much. Just there, doesn't he?
Annoying,
really?
Isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. He can't really chaff me or do anything. Bombardiers shoot and kill a vampire knight, but I can regrow that easy enough because I've got a vampire over there.
Yeah.
He does his breath weapon on kill some bats, which is one of my chaff gone potentially, and it's the one nearest to his bruiser block. So that's a bit annoying.
He didn't kill all of them though, did he?
No, they're still there. There's still 2 wounds left. So this is the zombie combat. So I got 8 attacks, and look at that for roll into hit. I got 5. I got 6 out of 8 hits, and then I got 3 out of 6 wounds. And he rolled his 5 up armor saves.
Crazy! Look at that.
Triple 5.
What are the odds on 8, 14, 17? What's that? 12 out of 17 5 ups.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing. I mean, on average, if you do 3 wounds, you should only save 1 of them on a 5-up save, which is exactly what I needed. I needed 2 wounds through. So if he'd rolled average for his armor, then I would have killed it. But if I'm going to play that game, I definitely didn't roll average on my hitting and wounding, did I?
No.
So I shouldn't really play that game. Yeah, but I was gutted that I didn't actually manage to kill him after getting 3 wounds through.
Yeah.
Because that would have changed that entire flank. And obviously he kills 1 from impact hit. I think he does almost maximum wounds on his attacks. And then he's got a stomp as well. And then there's the crumble. I've only got 1 rank, so...
He's steadfast, which prevents you from crumbling 12.
More than 12, yeah, exactly, yeah. But I'll get another go, another 8 attacks. Maybe I'll do it next time.
That's it, mate. That's it.
Yeah. I move my bats in front of the moat bats. They just want to chaff, man.
Yeah. That's what we're here for.
Exactly. The Dark Coach has no problem whatsoever in offering a rear to the Scratterpunk.
Yeah.
So I think the Dark Coach will still kill it.
Yeah.
If it charges me in the rear. Especially with 4 up Aegis, the impact hits he'll just laugh off. And I move my Vampire Knights to the flank of the Merc Vets, and the Ghouls charge the Frost Mammoth to get rid of it. I'm thinking maybe I could do a 4... Well, not the bats.
Well, the bats would add something. The
minus 1 hit or whatever.
Something, yeah.
Minus offensive, yeah, potentially. But I've already got that from the... No, I haven't got that from the coach. The Court of the Damned is minus defensive skill. But yeah, so I'm closing in on the Motor Vets whilst killing the Frost Mammoth. So we'll see how that goes. Don't think there's much more to say about that.
No one's ever said in their life is closing in on Mercfest.
No, definitely not. I heal a wound on the Knights on the right. I seem to have done a wound to the Bruisers. I'm not really sure how. The Merc Vets, I'm not really sure how.
Sure.
Yeah, don't know what I was thinking I was.
You could have been going against the BSB.
Maybe. Yeah. But I also do a wound to his Shaman on the left.
Oh, yeah.
I think I did. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I think I did. I've done 2 wounds to the unit as well, so I'm doing something. Oh, pentagram of pain. I think.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe.
Sure, 24 inches.
I wouldn't have been able to hit. I wouldn't have been able to hit the shaman with that. So maybe that's also a hasten the hour as well in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, chipping away. I mean,
Magic.
I've got lots of channels. I think it's either channel 3 or 4. I can't remember. 3, I think. Yes, 3. Channel 3. So I had a decent amount of dice. So, and the arise spells are so easy to cast on 1 or 2 dice. So. This combat, I still can't wound him. He doesn't do very well with his hits.
Yeah, flufftastic. There's still chance, mate.
Yeah. We'll have another go in turn 5. Yeah, absolutely. I killed the frost mammoth easily enough, and I just moved to there. I don't even take a wound. I literally kill it before it strikes. I don't overrun though, because that bruiser being movement 7, don't want another flank charge from the bruisers. So I just get ready for them in the front. I've moved my bat to next to the impassable terrain, by the way, so they can chaff the bruisers.
Are you 12 inches?
I am just 12 inches away from the necro with that reform. So yeah, which is all good. He declares discharge. He knows I'm going to chaff him next turn.
Yeah.
So again, he goes for the long charge. I don't know how that would go. Bruisers are very good. And they have got Liger's Tongue to reduce the front attacks. Oh, it's in the front. Okay. It's totally in the front.
I mean, he should beat your ass.
I think he would. It would just depend on whether I can get.
Go in second, I guess. But you do. So. You just both obliterate each other. I think.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. But by charging, he gets impact hits as well, and a lot of impact hits. So. He fails it though. Thank goodness. So we don't have that problem. He charges the bats with his merc bats as well. Kill them finally. And the totemic summon charges the zombies at the back, but that's a non-event really.
Yeah.
And he has to move his bombardiers over to the left flank because he's getting worried that my zombies might actually do it.
Worried.
Yeah. Which is fine. The bombardiers didn't have much to shoot at. They could have tried to shoot the bats, I guess, but. The Scratchbolt hits and kills a fair few ghouls, but that's literally all it's done. And you can see the cannon is making its way slowly towards the action.
It's not high movement, is it? So if it loses that cannon, that's pretty pretty rough.
I do a wound. To it.
We got a chance.
I'm down to 4 zombies now.
We got a chance.
I'm down to 4 zombies.
It's not a high chance, but it's a chance.
It's a small chance, isn't it? I mean, I've got points for the tribesman unit. I've got half points, so there's that.
That wasn't the zombies, though. Yeah. Let's not pretend that was the zombies.
True.
Ooh.
They kill the bats and they overrun. They're running away, basically, aren't they? They're not fancying it, those merc bats.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. It's his turn 5, so...
Yeah, I would have just seen your vampires, especially with so little there.
Yeah. He's very much taken the pressure off, really, there. Totemic kills a few zombies, doesn't do many, really. It's already used its breath weapon.
Yeah.
But that's just going to continue until infinity. I moved my single vamp out to go and challenge the bombardiers again, because now I can stay out of line of sight of the merc bats and stop them getting the objective is what I'm trying to do. I need to win that river, the lake objective to draw it. So the zombies being tied down by the totemic summon means they couldn't get over there. So I very much just got 1 scoring unit in the water to draw objective. So I put the Vampire Knight. He's only got 1 turn left. So he can't move past them to get within range of the objective. The only way he can get a scoring unit into range of the water is to... Charge. Yeah. Exactly. I get Touch of the Reaper off on his Shaman. Yes!
Here we go.
That starts reducing the Ogre and the Shaman, the General, down by wounds. and also chaff. So.
Did a couple on the cannon as well?
Oh yeah, looks like it.
You've already done Wanted Shaman, so was it Hasten the Hour on him and Touch of the Reaper on...
Yeah, and Touch of the Reaper on the cannon. Or something or other, yeah. I mean, the number 5 is the Touch of the Reaper, so... Yeah. It could even have been Pentagram Pain on the cannon.
Yeah.
So... Yeah, there's that. Oh,
boys! What a letdown! What a letdown!
I know, and that means definitely he's won the objective.
Oh,
I'm so gutted by that.
Everyone
that
was cheering those zombies on.
Yeah, that 222 Swift Stride overrun really screwed me over on that flank. So, zombies did what they could, which wasn't a lot.
Yeah, one wounded, 3 combats.
Yeah. He does decide to charge the Bombardiers into my Vampire. And I'm happy with that because I think the Vampire can actually deal with them. I mean, I'm not charging, but I'm still strength 5 with 3 attacks.
Yeah, still be 1 up armor as well. Cause
yeah. He tries to do a bit of a swift reform to get the Merc Vets within range of the 6 inches of the objective. Eventually concludes he can't do it, and so just turns them round. And obviously I'm not going to charge it in my turn 6 now. It's nowhere near as favourable. So providing my Vampire doesn't lose to the Bombardiers, I have drawn the objective.
Yeah.
Providing. And also I've got the Dark Coach there on the hill, so he could help kill the Bombardiers if needs be.
Not a bad backup.
He charges the Bat Swarm with his bruisers.
Yep.
I have moved my ghouls up though, so I could potentially try that on in the last turn if I wanted to. I can see the raised eyebrow. Do I want to? Dark Coach comes in to help kill the Bombardiers because I do 2 wounds to him. He does nothing to me.
Okay.
In his charge, and I've now got the Dark Coach in, so I'm hoping to get the Bombardiers points on the right hand flank side. I move out. I decline the charge with my ghouls on the bruisers because your eyebrow raised.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Quickly changed the picture.
I went back in time there.
Yeah,
my eyebrow can do that.
There was an alternate reality where I actually charged them and lost horribly.
Stopped it.
that changed it. So yeah, I didn't do that. I moved the Court of the Damned out to get a Pentagram Pain off potentially, but it wasn't really going to do a lot. So I'm not really sure why I did it. You can see it's getting a bit messy in the middle because last turn.
Late game, innit?
Yeah, forget the clearing up routine. So there's that. Touch of the Reaper!
Here we
Kill
go.
His General!
Kill
his General!
Did he try and dispel it?
Oh, yeah. He tried. He couldn't. Yeah. Whoop-de-doo.
Nice, mate.
Killed his General. Get the General points. That's about 800 points my way in last turn.
Yeah, good swing.
So that covers the Vampire Knights that I lost, really. Getting that, which is amazing. And over here, the Bombardiers die to the Dark Coach and the
Ovs.
Yeah, I mean, I literally wiped them out. They didn't even run. So did 10 wounds to them with the Dark Coach coming in.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't
well on my impact hits.
Chaff you with his Merc Vets in the end.
Yeah, they kind of just tapped out on the battle.
Yeah.
Halfway through, didn't they? They were threatening me, and then they turned around, and then I just could ignore them the rest of the battle.
You obviously threatened them and the bruisers enough elsewhere to get them all confused. So
yes, indeed. Yeah,
I'll take that.
Yeah, but it was a very enjoyable game. I had a good chat with Ali Josa,
the man himself.
I'm sorry. Really good chat. He's a really nice guy.
The A-Dog.
Yeah, I think he was a bit concerned that I couldn't understand him over the online forum.
Oh, okay.
His microphone wasn't fantastic.
Yeah,
and I don't know what nationality he is actually, but he was a bit concerned that I might struggle to understand him. That wasn't a problem at all. I could understand him loud and clear the entire battle. So if you're still worried about that sort of thing, man,
don't worry.
Don't worry, because it was a really enjoyable game, and I was really pleased to play you. So
yeah,
there's that. What do you think I scored? You know what I scored, but can you remember?
I might just scroll down a bit. No, I would have said. So you've drawn the objective, looking like.
Probably. Drawn the objective.
Probably just edged it on points because you haven't lost a great deal. We lost a bit of chaff and some zombies. Yeah.
And
You've got bombardiers and 1.5 tribesmen. I don't know if you've got any other half, so you're probably an 11 or a 12 to you.
12-8 victory, baby.
Ah, there we go.
Yes.
There we go.
The killing the shaman at the end changed it from a 10-10 to a 12-8, basically. So yeah, that 800 points by killing the shaman was what tipped it from a draw. A draw probably would have been fair for the standoff nature of the game.
Yeah.
But after I'd lost the knights, delighted to get a victory, really, especially in a team event when every point matters. So yeah, a really good game. Thanks to my opponent, who shall remain nameless. No, he won't. Yeah, really good start for the No Iron Team event, really.
Yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed that. Give me some comments on my first proper Vampire Covenant battle. I mean, you saw me play them in the scroll, in that weird little battle.
Yeah, we had a little scenario.
Yeah, exactly. It's a scenario going on. But yeah, let me know what you think of my vampire list, because this is the one we're going to be using for the tournament. And you're up next, aren't you?
I'm up next. Again,
using the different list.
Yeah, so we should say a bit about the team. I know you got 12, Josh got 14. I'm just scrolling now to see what else other things we've got.
Oh, sure, yeah. That's probably something we should look at actually knowing before we press record in future.
Yeah, well,
because it's a team event, so we probably should say how the team got on. We're so focused on ourselves.
So at least 2 wins. There's at least 2 wins.
14 and a 12. I think Paul went down heavily.
Yes.
In this round.
So I'm pretty sure Tony got a 19 as well.
Okay.
So Tony big dogged
that makes sense, actually. Yeah.
As a captain of the 19, and Paul, I'm just looking now.
I think he went down 20-0. I think in the first round, he had a nightmare on dice or something or other.
Yeah, he's just said.
I don't think he ever actually said it was a 0-20. He just reported it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Everything went terribly wrong.
So green matchup Paul didn't quite get his thing, but everyone else
he did get a green matchup as well, because everything was a green matchup for him.
But yeah, so everyone he had a bit of bad dice and didn't do too well, but otherwise 3 wins and a win for our first game.
Whoop whoop. Yes.
We didn't.
Awesome.
I don't think we capped, but we did do very well.
No, we didn't cap, but we did all right. Yeah.
So we're very close to. So good start for us, and not coming last.
We got 45.
Maybe.
So
there we go.
45 out of 80. So yeah, not bad at all. Great. So we'll move on to round 2, and you can take over the helm.
My turn. Yes.
Yeah.
With vampires, but without Killian Killiason.
No, you got the younger brothers.
I normally just rely on the big dogs to do it all, and the rest just sort of like works into place. So I'll have to see how we do.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Well, join us for the next one, and we'll see you for that. Give us some comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you for the next one, folks.
See you later.